Hey, welcome back to Five Lakes Garage, and today we're in the garage, but we're not going to talk about the garage. We just took a trip over to Italy, and I'm going to show you exactly what I learned. Quite a few things. So tag along while I jib-jab some gibberish on paper. Alright, so I mentioned in a couple of the videos before that we did go to Italy. Wow, what a trip. Awesome. I would highly recommend it to anybody. As long as you follow some tips that we try to follow or that we learned along the way. So, I went ahead and wrote everything down. I actually just narrowed this down. It was like 3 pages. Now it is 1 page. So I'm going to go down through real quick to let you know exactly what we learned. What would have made the trip even better. Alright, so I'm just going to rip right through it, and hopefully this will help you out. So I'm just going to rip it straight down. Hopefully it will help you out on your trip and your planning. Alright, let's see here. Number 1, do research on where you're going. Also pick a time on which you want to go. Sometimes it's rainy season, sometimes it's sunny season, sometimes, like in Italy, I'm just going to pick that one because we just went there. Middle of the summer, hot as blazes. All right, we went in November. The weather was beautiful. The only difference, though, is that people there dressed like they were going to the Arctic. It was about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 50-ish. And they had the scarves, the jackets, the mittens, the hats, the gloves, the boots, the everything. I was in shorts because it wasn't that cold. Anyway, let's see here. Oh, make a list of everything you want to see. You might not be able to make that entire list, but at least you have a list. How many times have you gone out on a trip or whatever? Hey, what do you want to see? I don't care. What do you want to see? I don't care. What do you want to see? Oh, you spend all the time arguing. Have a plan. Day 1, this is what we're going to do. Day 2, we're going to do this. Whatever. Don't like slam pack it in there to where you're like, oh, look, great. Okay, go to the next one. Oh, slow it down. Enjoy yourself. If you need more time, make a longer trip. That's all it really is. Oh, also, in your schedule, add some downtime. If you're running, sprinting 100 miles an hour for days on end, you're going to get tired, and then the last few days are not going to be worth it. Add in some downtime. Whether it's in the morning, whether it's in the evening, do a whole day of like, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, blitz it, hit it hard, go up there, say, all right, what do you guys want to do today? I want to sit here and read a book on the terrace overlooking the olive grove. Okay, that's what you do. Just leave it open, leave some downtime. Don't have to blitz it the entire time. Just make the trip longer if you need to. Oh, location. Okay, so you know that list you made of all the places you really wanted to go see? Well, in that list, put it on a map. Find a place in the middle of that map. If you can spend a few dollars extra on your lodging, you won't spend it so much on your transportation or logistics or anything like that. And you probably will have a little bit better of a time anyway, because you're probably going to be in a nicer place. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Depends on where you want to go. But put it out on the map. Find a place that's strategically local. Don't go say, oh, I'm going to be out of town where it's really cheap. Okay, yeah, but then you're trying to get back into town and you're wasting time and money trying to get there. Don't do that. Spend it on the lodging just so you can actually get there. You're going to spend a lot more time at that lodging than you are, trying to get into the city or trying to get into wherever you want to be. So be smart about it. Go ahead and pick out your place. Oh, speaking of transportation. All right, so depending on where it's at, it's going to be spread out. We went to Rome. We went to Venice. So we went to Rome. We went to Florence. And we went to Pisa and Siena. A lot of those have distances in between. We took trains. The trains over there, yeah, we're going like 150 miles an hour. Your ears will start popping when another train goes by the other way, or you go through a tunnel. It's kind of freaky. Just be prepared. But take a train. And also hire a driver if you can. Couple of reasons. One, over in certain areas, let's just say like in Rome, they have certain areas and certain roads that only buses, taxis, and vans can go through. If you're a regular pedestrian and you go through this area, they're going to get you tagged. They're going to send you a fine because you're not supposed to be on that road. And you don't have to worry about that if you hire a driver, because that'll be their problem. Also, you can get history on the area. Try to get somebody that actually is bilingual, that can actually speak your language, and that will greatly help with the experience of driving around. Instead of just going, oh, I'm going here, going there, going there, it don't matter. They can sit there and give you insight on the history of where you're going. And also try to keep you out of trouble most of the time. Oh, not only that, taxis. Holy crap, I thought it was expensive over here in the States. No, over there, just to get from the airport to the city, that's it, just to the city. That doesn't count the rest of the way. It's $50 US. It's ridiculous. I know, is it 50, 50 euros just to get to the city. Then after that, it's additional charge. So hire a driver. Make sure they're going to be there. Ours left us. Yeah, way to go, dude. Okay, there are Ubers, there are Lyft, stuff like that. You can investigate that if you really want to go down that route. What we did was actually pick up a service. So we had a van, plenty of space. Our driver was phenomenal. I'm trying to get in touch with him now to see if it's okay to actually put his contact information down below. If I can get it later, I'm going to put it down below so to keep an eye out. Awesome driver. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, yeah. Learn some of the language. I'm pretty sure a lot of places you go to France, I know they get really irritated over there if you don't know at least some of the language. Not only that, if you're going to Italy, Rome and Florence, just about everybody spoke English. When you got into Siena, it was a little bit more on the Italian rather than English. And if you go on the countryside, obviously you're going to be Italian. You don't have to know the entire language, but know stuff that can get you around. Know simple words. Hi, ciao. Bye, ciao. Yep, that means the same thing. Thank you. Grazie. So they put a little E at the end. Try to do that. Try to blend in with your environment. They're going to hear from your accent that you're not from around town. So, but if you're at least showing the effort, they will actually treat you a little bit better. Also, bathrooms. All right, it's kind of important. So if you go to Italy and you go to say, oh, where's the bathroom? They're going to look at you funny most of the darn time because it's called a water closet. No, if you see a sign that says WC, okay, water closet, that's the bathroom. Also, keep a couple euros in your pocket because they do charge you for public bathrooms. It's like €1 if you want to go inside. Oh, also, coffee. Coffee is very important for a lot of us, including me. When you go over here to the States, you say, hey, let me grab a latte. All right, they're going to put some coffee. You're going to put an espresso shot in there, or 2 or 4, like I do every morning. And then throw some milk in there, whip it up, and boom, there you go. Got yourself a latte. Over there, guess what latte means? Hot milk. That's it. They take some milk, they whip it up, boom, they serve it to you. That's all you get. No coffee in there. So just say, gosh, what was it? Coffee. It's basically coffee latte, but it's in Italian, and I forgot about it already. But anyway, just say espresso or cappuccino or something like that. They'll know what you're talking about, and then they will get you your caffeine fix. Okay, so, and as far as knowing the language, go on your phone, Google Translator. No, they're not a sponsor, but it did phenomenal. The only trick, though, is that once you download the app, you say, I want to do Italian, download the language. And also go to English and download that language. And what it's going to do is actually take that entire language and put it down into your phone. I made that mistake at the very beginning. I did have internet service, but sometimes it was a little bit spotty and the translator would not work. And it's not very fast when it has to go over the internet and actually figure it out. If you download it, so much better. They have a conversational button on the thing. You hit the conversation, put the phone in between you and the other person you're trying to have a conversation with. They're speaking Italian, you're speaking English, and it will automatically represent the different language that you need on your phone, and you can read the entire conversation, and it worked great as soon as we downloaded the language. Definitely use Wi-Fi. It's a large file. Okay, other things you want to look up. Here in the States, if you're in trouble and you need the police, you need the fire department, you need an ambulance, you need whichever, you can dial 911. Yes, they have an emergency. All right, the UK, 999. Guess what Italy is? 112. Had to look it up. Didn't need it, thankfully, but we did look it up because you never know. You don't want to be sitting there, oh, wait a minute, I know it's an emergency, but I got to look it up. Okay, don't look it up. At that time, pre-look it up. Know what it is. Italy is 112, in case you want to go. All right, another thing too, look out where your nearest embassy is. If you're an American like me, look for the U.S. Embassy. You never know if you're going to need it or not. all over the world, here in the U.S. as well, you're going to find some pickpockets. So if you always carry your passport with you when you're out in a different country, because everywhere you go, passport, 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 passport. You always need to have your passport. That can be picked. Your wallet can be picked. Your license, picked. Phone, picked. It's out there. So you need to know where your embassy is, so in case there's an emergency, you can go in and get some help. Also, keep a second copy of all your documentation. Passport, boom. License, boom. Birth, whatever you have. Have enough documented pieces of paper that when you go to the embassy, because if you don't have a passport, you don't have a license, you don't have anything else, you're going to go to the embassy and you're like, hey, I'm an American. And they're going to be like, I need to see some ID. You don't have none. You just got picked. So, but if you have copies of it, at least that would hopefully get you into the door and get you a little bit further. Just be prepared and have your documentation ready. All right, prior to making your trip, make a list. All the things you're going to need. Some things you might have to order because you don't really have it. Because if you have a power inverter for the UK, guess what? It's not going to work in Italy. Two different things. They both use 220, 50 hertz, but the prongs are different. Not going to work. Now, don't go cheap on the inverters either. I've seen some, I've heard stories where they plug it in, fry their phone, fry their laptop, fry their whatever, and, well, because it went cheap. All right. You can go online, you can find them pretty much anywhere. Yes, you're going to buy them, and yes, you're going to probably use them once and throw them in the closet and not use it for a long time. All right. Also, make sure your passport and visas are checked, rechecked, valid, everything. And don't forget, in a lot of countries, they have day, month, year. Here in the States, it's month, day, year. Two different things. So if it's 3/5/2023, here in the States, that'll be March 5th. Everywhere else, May 3rd. Make sure you have that thing. I have a good friend of mine that actually went over to India, got off the plane after 20 some hours. Guess what? Had to get back on the plane and go back home because the date was wrong. Well, it wasn't wrong. He just read it wrong. So yeah. Always make sure the countries that you're going to go, if you do need to have a visa, get it ahead of time. Starting, I think, 2024 or 25, you got to look it up. Over in the Europe area, they're going to have U.S. citizens have a visa now. Go ahead and check it out and make sure that you have all your paperwork in ducks in a row. Give yourself enough time too. Give it more than 6 months to get a passport here in the U.S. You take your picture, put all the information, it sends off. You might get it in 6 months, maybe. Also, keep an eye on your congressperson. Have their information ready, because if it gets down to a couple weeks prior to you going and you don't have your passport yet, give them a call. It's their job. They need to go ahead and bum rush that and see if they can get it to you in time for you to go. Because if you don't have a passport, no sense on getting on a plane unless you really like to live on a plane, because you're going to go over there, they're going to be like, oh, I don't have a passport. Oh, turn right back. You're going back home. Let's see. All right, packing your bags. Oh, man, this is kind of important one. All right, you're going to have 2 bags, at least, if not 3 bags. So the first bag is the one you're going to check in. That's going to be your dress clothes, your dress shoes, all your larger liquids, shampoo, all that type of stuff, if you have the need to actually have a lot of those liquids. This is also going to have all your medication in there. Some countries will not let you carry certain medications into their country. Check it out. Check out their list of ones that you're actually allowed to have. If you have, I don't know, ADD, and you have ADD meds, okay, in some countries, that's not allowed. You got to have a doctor's note, you got to have documentation doing it, or you're going to have to throw it out before you actually get on the plane. And if you ever seen a little kid that has been on ADD meds for a while and then go off to cold turkey, not a happy time, because it messes up the brain chemistry. Also, yes, okay, so medications. So you need pain relief. You're going to do a lot of walking. If you're not used to a lot of walking, you're not used to a lot of stairs. We went up like every tower you can get up there. Pisa, went up it. That was freaky. It's tilted. You know. We went up the tower in Rome, in Venice, in Siena. We went up towers because that's what the kids wanted to do. And yes, some of them were like 400 steps tall. You're going to get tired. Grab some pain relief. Some of us is not as young as we used to be. I'll say, okay, laxatives or any other digestive medications like Pepto or X-Lax, whatever you think you might need. The diet over there is not going to be anything like you have over here or over there or wherever. You're going to run into some issues. Right, into some issues. Also, know, can you drink their water? Over in Italy, everything is bottled water. They're very flimsy, very thin bottles, but they are bottled. Bottles everywhere. Actually, that was one thing about all the cities we went to in Italy. Very clean. Like there was well, I didn't see everybody was smoking, but nobody had cigarette butts all over the place. They took pride in their area. Awesome. Hats off to you guys and girls. Hey, thanks for watching the show. Hey, if you need some outdoor speakers, indoor speakers, whichever, go ahead over to Hindui and go ahead and get you 10% off. But if you need some LED lights for your trucks, your tractors, whatever, go over to Exito and get you 15% off. All the promo codes are down and below. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. And we'll catch you later. Enjoy the show. I got to clean up. Oh, okay. So look at the attire of the people that you're actually going to be around. Let me tell you a quick story. I'm not Italian. I know it's hard to tell with my accent and the way I look. But yes, I am not Italian. But I stuck out from a mile away because I didn't really think about it, which I probably should have. All right, it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit there. Like I said, everybody's dressed like they're going to the Arctic. They got their scarf. Wow. They got their hats. They got their gloves. They got their coats. Everything's designer. Everybody's walking around with like $4,000 outfits everywhere. Yeah, not me. I didn't wear this one, but I figured I'll dress up for the video. But no, I have my red shoes on. Apparently they don't like color. It's a lot of blacks and grays. They really love the leather. Nope, didn't have it. I did not fit in. I didn't really care too much until I started getting pulled away from the crowd because I did not match everybody else. Now, it wasn't a bad thing, but they have a lot of people on the street. They have them here in the States. They have them over in Europe. They have them everywhere. All right, so they signaled me out. Hey, man, I got this bracelet. You want to buy a bracelet? Hey, you want to buy this or whatever? Because they knew I was a tourist. It was getting kind of annoying because they don't take no for an answer. And then as you walk away, always check your pocket because, hey, it's what they do. One thing that was kind of interesting, the people that sell stuff on the street, they walk around, they're like, oh, selfie sticks. Oh, rain. Umbrellas. Ponchos, whatever. I don't know where they get it from, but it comes out of nowhere. And then they're trying to sell some stuff out there. Now, we did have to get an umbrella while we were out there, and it lasted 30 minutes, and then it broke. Okay, so you have your bag to check in. That's going to have all your big stuff in there. And then you're going to need your carry-on bag. Now, what I used was a little backpack. I carried all my stuff in there. It was very easy. Throw it on your back, and you're going up there. You're not trying to carry it or anything like that. So, things you want to put in your carry-on. One full set of clothes. Your toothbrush, your toothpaste. You're on a plane for 9 hours, you're going to want to brush your teeth, especially if you're sleeping on the plane. So as soon as you get off, you can go brush your teeth and actually freshen up a little bit and actually feel a whole lot better. A little bit of snacks, a little bit of water. You can't have too much water because most places, they'll pull you aside. Got me too. I had a little dinky bottle. I forgot I had it on the side. You watch your bag go through the conveyor. You're like, all right, great. It comes out. Boop, over to the other side. Excuse me, sir, you got to come with me. I'm like, yes, I'm called random bag check. And also your power cords and stuff like that. Most planes, especially on international, they do have a USB thing. You can charge your phone, charge your tablets or whichever, which actually works out pretty well. But go ahead and keep it in your bag. You might get stuck in an airport. You might be diverted. Airlines are run by humans. Things make mistakes. Your bag might be in Switzerland while you're in Italy. You're not going to get your bag for a few days. At least you have one set of clothes in your carry-on. So yes, carry that with you and have it up there. And then if you have like a purse, most airlines will say, okay, you got one personal thing and one bag. So there you go. Get a tour guide. Holy crap, why didn't I say that? Where did I have that? Okay, anyway, get tour guides as much as you can. If you get a tour guide, then you can actually get the history. You're not just looking at a mosaic and be like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. And you leave. And then you come back and you're like, okay, the true story about the mosaic is that the Vatican people came through and was killing all the babies. I don't know, but it was a very graphic thing on the floor. And also you can actually get the history of it. You can get the history of the Colosseum, to where, again, the Vatican said that they couldn't have the Roman Empire look bigger than the Catholic Empire, so they took all the marble and stuff like that because they wanted to put it in the Vatican because they wanted to be the greatest thing and not the Roman Empire. All right, getting lower on my list. All right, another thing too, before you go ahead and set up a share drive. Now, we all have Android phones. We have a share drive on Google, and I gave access to all 5 of us because all 5 of us did go, and we just offload all of our pictures. So if your phone does get nicked, boom, you still got your pictures. If you if your phone gets dropped, puts in the water, falls off of a tower, like, I don't know, Tower of Pisa, you still have all your pictures. And not only that, you can go through and say, okay, we got 3 of those, get rid of 2 of them, now you have 1. Sort through them, get all the best ones of all 5 cameras, and then you can make a slideshow or whichever, but it will make a documentation for your actual trip, and it works out great. The only issue, though, is you need Wi-Fi in order to upload it, because that's a lot of space. Oh, speaking of cell phones, so what we did before we actually went, I talked to my provider and said, look, we're going to go to Italy. Do you have any special plans? So I just went ahead and put it on my phone. I'm like, all right, we're all going to be together. Everything should be great. Just make sure that you tell your family members, do not use their phone, because every text, every gigabyte, everything is going to come through, and they charge you out the wazoo because it is like roaming. It is crazy. So go ahead and get the international plan at least on 2 phones if you have a family of 5. Because there was a couple times where Steph was separated from me. She needed to use her phone. We went ahead and got her a plan too, so that we both had it. We both can actually do it, because Google Maps is not going to work so well if you don't have internet. It's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. So yeah. Oh, and I guess the last thing, there was so many other things, but this is just the main list. But the last thing you want to bring would be a mask. If you're for mask, if you're against the mask, it doesn't make any bit of difference. Bring a mask. There's going to be some certain areas that are still requiring it if you want to go in there. Just bring it. Not only that, you're on a plane that has circulating air for like 9 to 10 to 20 hours. With like 200-300 people on that plane, odds are some of them are going to be sick. On the way there, wasn't that big of a deal. On the way back, it was like musical coughs. I mean, they could have just made a whole symphony. It was crazy. When we got back, and even with masks, I still got congested. Just thinking about it's getting me congested. But anyway, so that was a really quick list. I do have some other things that are in my head. I did write them down, but I wanted to make it, I don't want to make a 4-hour darn video, but hopefully this will actually help you on your next trip. If you want to go to Italy, highly recommend it. Rome, it's just so busy. I would spend maybe spend 2 days there, blitzing, the Colosseum, the Vatican, some of the restaurants, some of the other stuff. Go ahead and blitz that and then get out of town. It is way too darn busy. Really good food. Everything was great there. Florence, loved Florence. Huge history everywhere. They had, the statue of David. Don't call it David, call it David, because that's what that's where our tour guide. Oh yeah. So anyway, a couple quick things. Sorry, I diverged, but it's fine. Yeah, totally recommend going up there if you want to slow it down. Go to Siena. It is so beautiful, and also the history there is phenomenal. They have a horse race that just goes around the quad, 2 rings, and it is like the biggest thing ever. Check it out. Anyway, until next time, you guys have a good trip, safe trip. Come back home to wherever you're going and enjoy yourself. Hopefully this tip list will help you out and make you safe. Until next time, take it easy, have fun, safe travels, later.